Hello everybody, Evangelist Daniel Kolenda here, and I want to share with you a very exciting and a very special moment. For the very first time ever today, I arrived at our offices in Orlando, Florida, and the Live Before You Die, the Experience packages were here and ready, and I'm about to open one, and I want to share this moment with you. You know, when you spend months and months and invest a lot of your time and energy and passion putting it into a project like this, opening it and holding it in your hand for the first time is very exciting. So I didn't want to do this without sharing the experience with you. On the inside here, you can see that it first explains what the package includes. It includes the Live Before You Die book, which I'll show you in a moment, and the DVDs. So let's look very quickly at the DVDs. Here they are. Inside here is the package, and it contains 3 DVDs. And each one of these DVDs contains multiple episodes. There are 7 in all. They are really exciting. They are really well done. This is not just me standing in a classroom teaching. This is highly produced, very well put together, almost like a movie. And it's really rich teaching as well. So we have the DVDs, and then we have the Live Before You Die book, which I hope that many of you have already read. It's been out for a while. But this is really exciting because in the book, scattered throughout, there are these little things called QR codes. And if you've never seen a QR code before, or you don't know what it is, it looks kind of like a little barcode. You scan it with your phone, and in this case, a video will pop up, and the video is some of the same content that's on the DVDs, but it goes right along with the teaching that's being covered in that particular page or in that chapter, and it really brings the subject matter to life, and it makes it very vivid, very exciting. And also, one of the great things about this package is that we have included quite a bit of bonus material at the end. We showed like the extended interviews with our special guests. I put in there some special teachings as extras. We included some short films that are very, very powerful. My special guests on the series include Reinhard Bonnke, John Bevere, Martin Smith, Heidi Baker, Dr. Michael Brown, Todd White, Banning Liebscher, Nathan Morris, and the list goes on and on and on. These are people who all have very specific areas of expertise, and they share amazing, wonderful, godly wisdom, and I knew that each one would be a great blessing to you. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to actually show you a preview of the series just to give you a little taste of what it's like. Now, remember, every teaching is totally different. Every video that we put together is unique and creative, but I'm going to give you a little sample just so that you can get a taste. And this is available today. We can actually ship it out to you today if you want to order it. So the way to do that is to go online and go to www.livebeforeyouDie.tv. That address should be right there on your screen. Again, it's www.livebeforeyouDie.tv. And you can order your hard copy there, which includes the book and the DVDs, or you can simply download the digital version if you want to have it on your computer. You know, I just want to mention, before we go to the preview, that one of the reasons that I developed this series based on the content of the book, Live Before You Die, is to help people discover and fulfill God's will for their lives. And I wanted to create something that could be used in the context of small groups. Maybe you have a group that meets at your house. Maybe you have a group that meets in your church, and you study things relating to the Bible. This is a rich, rich Bible study that will help you and the other members of your group to be able to tap into God's will for their life, to begin to live it out, and to begin to enter into a new dimension of Holy Spirit effectiveness in life and in ministry and wherever they find themselves. So I hope that you'll go and get your copy of Live Before You Die, The Experience, Part 1, today.
Esther was a young Jewish woman. She was born into a broken family. She was a minority in an oppressive society. The odds were against her right from the start. But almost overnight, Esther went from rags to riches, from poverty to the palace. And she became the wife of King Xerxes I, making her one of the most powerful women in history. Irony seems to fill the pages of the book of Esther. Just as Persia has unknowingly crowned a Jewish queen, the king's visor, a man named Haman, is plotting a diabolical scheme to exterminate the Jewish race through a bloody massacre. there is only one Jew in the land who is in a position to intervene on behalf of her people. It's Esther. But it seems as though the pleasures of the palace had begun to intoxicate her. She begins to struggle with what course of action to take. As Esther looked around at the beautiful palace that was now her home, with its luxuries, pleasures, conveniences, and the wealth she had come to enjoy, it must have been difficult for her to imagine throwing it all away in some misguided attempt at heroism. She knew that taking this matter to the king would force her to risk everything she had, including her very life. Perhaps a more subtle approach would be best. Maybe she should just lie low for a while and wait to see how things would play out. Perhaps at some point she would have an opportunity to put in a good word for the Jews without jeopardizing herself. After all, what good would she be to anyone if she were dead? But Mordecai, Esther's cousin, sensing her internal struggle, sent her this message: "Do not flatter yourself that you shall escape in the king's palace any more than all the other Jews. For if you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from elsewhere. But you and your father's house will perish. And who knows but that you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this."